Okay, so this is the 10 subscribers special video. At the time of making this video, we're actually not at 10 subscribers yet, we're at 9, but this channel has grown so much, and I want to thank you all so much for this. I've really enjoyed uploading on this channel, and it's only been up for a few months, and to already almost be at 10 subscribers, that's a huge milestone. And obviously, I know there's people with millions and millions of subscribers, but you know, getting that first 10 is a huge milestone in my opinion. So I hope we end up getting even more than 10, but thank you all so much for being the first 10. Hopefully we have 10 subscribers when this comes up, or it'll kind of be weird, but we're so close that hopefully I'm right and we have 10 subscribers by the time this video comes up, because actually when this video comes up, I will probably be in Florida. So I'm going on vacation next week, but I won't be able to upload videos. Well, I might upload 1 or 2 videos while I'm in Florida, but I don't know if I'll be able to, so this is kind of a pre-upload. So this video will probably be coming up a week after I actually make it, but like I said, I want to thank you all so much for getting me to 10 subscribers. So it's kind of just a little 10 subscriber type video. I'm just going to go over my favorite figure I currently own of a brand that I have. So I want to start by saying, though, that there's 3 brands that I really like that I don't own a figure of yet, though. So that's a brand that I really like, but I don't own a figure of yet. Beast of the Mesozoic, I remember seeing these before they even came out, like before the Raptors were even officially launched, and I knew they were going to be great figures. And now he's all the way on the Rex series, so that series looks awesome. I would definitely like to scoop up a few of them. And then Rebor's another one that I like. They're just really expensive, but the first 2 are definitely ones I want. Now, obviously, I would love to get some Rebor figures, but So and Beast of the Mesozoic are 2 that I would love to get. So let's just get into the figures actually on screen. So there's going to be 11 brands featured in this video. 2 are kind of funny though. I gave Jurassic Park and Jurassic World its own figure. I probably should have only gave them 1, but it's my video, so I'm just going to do what I want. And then I gave Safari Limited and the Carnegie Collection their own figures. So the first 5, these are the smaller 5 figures that are in this video. So for the Walking with Dinosaur series, I have the Gorgosaurus. So this was the series that had the, like, Pachyrhinosaurs. That was the main characters in the movie. I think his name is Gorgon, but I love this figure. I'm a big Tyrannosaur fan, other than T-Rex. I mean, I like T-Rex, but compared to the other, I like the other Tyrannosaurs more than T-Rex, like Albertosaurus, Gorgosaurus, Daspletosaurus, even the newer Asian ones like Kiansosaurus and Zoochung Tyrannus, I believe, is one of the newer ones, and then obviously Tarbosaurus, but Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus, and then there's a ton of other ones like Lythronax. There's so many cool Tyrannosaurs, but I love these, like that Albertosaur relatives, like Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus mainly. So this was definitely my favorite figure out of that group. Honestly, the Edmontosaurus was probably second for me. Then we have the Groovy 2 Books figure, and this is the Allosaurus from the Gone Extinct set. He doesn't stand great, but you know, he's been in a tube most of the time. Oh, there, he actually stands now. But he's probably my favorite figure out of the 2 sets that include dinosaurs or prehistoric animals. And I also want to make one other little note. I probably put dinosaurs in the title, but there's one non-dinosaur, and just because I thought dinosaurs would sound better than prehistoric animals. So, sorry, there will be one non-dinosaur in this video. And then this is the Stegosaurus for Animal Planet's Micro Kingdom. Micro Kingdom is a set that I really like, but the figures are not all great. I'll just be honest. This Stegosaurus, the eyes are kind of funny, but the figure itself is really one of the better ones in the line, so that's why I chose it. But most of the figures in this set are not great, so if you don't already own that set, it's not a set I would definitely recommend going out to get. And then we have our mascot, the Allosaurus. This is the guy who's my profile picture on YouTube. Obviously, I mean, our channel, if you didn't see that video, so my channel name is Jurassic Theropods now because the 3 letters are my initials, and the Jurassic is one of my favorite time periods. Theropods are my favorite group of dinosaurs, and now because we're talking about extinct animals now. So Allosaurus being my favorite dinosaur that also happened to live in the Jurassic and is a theropod, it just made sense for that to be my channel mascot for so many reasons. So this is the little guy that ended up being the channel mascot. So he's probably my favorite Safari Limited brand figure. But I do like a bunch of the Safari Limited brand figures. So like the Kentrosaurus is one I own that I really like, but Little Owl edged him out. And then we've got the Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus. Obviously, with it being Jurassic World, these dinosaurs aren't the most accurate, but still, I really like the Giga. Should have beat the Rex in the movie, but we could talk about that some other day. But I do really like the Giga actually in the movie. I kind of thought the design was kind of weird at first, but it's grown on me a lot. So this is my favorite Jurassic World series figure. So that's the 5 smaller figures. Now we're going to jump up into some slightly bigger figures. And you'll kind of start to see a common thing. So obviously, with me being a big theropod fan, most of these figures are theropods, but you'll see what I mean when we get to it. So then we've got the Geo World Jurassic Hunters Carcharodontosaurus. The only figure that I like the Kralophosaurus they made. That's one I own. And I like the one that really had contention with it was the Megaraptor, but that Megaraptor is just so inaccurate. It looks like a big dromaeosaur without feathers, and that's just so not accurate. And I love their Carcharodontosaurus figure. Obviously, it's not perfect. Geo World is kind of known for not being the best, but I was very drawn to Geo World when I first started branching out to dinosaur figures on my own, just because they did so many cool different species I like that at the time didn't have a ton of figures, like Mapusaurus and Carcharodontosaurus itself and Megaraptor. That's one of the big reasons why I got into that brand, and that's why this is one of my favorite figures from that line, Carcharodontosaurus. At the time, you could barely find any Carcharodontosaurus. Safari Limited only had one, and it was retired. The new one hadn't came out at that time. Collecta might have had one then. I don't even know if they had theirs out yet at the time. I think they've got a Carcharodontosaurus. I'm 99% sure Collecta has a Carcharodontosaurus, but I'm pretty sure it was not out at the time that I got this figure. But I actually really do like the Geo World Jurassic Hunters. And I know they've kind of branched out to whatever the Dr. Steve Hunters are, but most of the ones I own, I believe, are the Jurassic Hunters. At least all the ones I bought new were. So now we're going to go up a scale and get even bigger. Well, not really. I forgot about this one. Maybe it's 12 figures. Yeah, it's... no, it is 11. I can do math, actually. Maybe not. Nope, never mind, it is 12. For Papo, we've got the Carnotaurus. I'm not the biggest Carnotaurus fan. Like, I understand it's a super popular dinosaur, and I do like it, but kind of like T-Rex, I like it, but, you know, compared to some people, it's just not as high for me. But I love the Papo Carnotaurus. It's probably my favorite Papo figure I own. I even own a Papo Allosaurus, but I prefer the Carno compared to the Allosaurus. It's actually pretty good. It's got like the scale bumps and stuff. The only thing I've really heard complaints wise about this figure is that the legs almost seem like they're doing too exaggerated of a motion, but that's definitely not the worst thing it could do. Because I actually really like the pose, and you know, it obviously works really well if you've got like a smaller dinosaur like that. You know, you can have a pretty good little pose of it just going out to grab something. So I actually really like this figure. And it is probably my favorite Papo figure I currently own. But I do like their new Acrocanthosaurus, and I do like that Giganotosaurus they recently did. Now I guess we'll move on to the one non-dinosaur in this video, and that is the Mosasaurus by Collecta. This is a figure I personally really love. It's currently my only Collecta figure in the collection, so it kind of wins by default, but it is one of my favorites that Collecta's ever made still. Such an awesome figure. They did the tail fluke even kind of a little earlier before the tail fluke was, I think, completely agreed on by most paleontologists, so I definitely like the figure a lot. I love the color scheme. Even though it is my only Collecta figure, like I said, I think it's still one of the best figures Collecta has made. So I'm very glad to have him in the collection, and that is the one non-dinosaur that is in this video. So now going back to dinosaurs, we have 3 theropods and 1 sauropod remaining. The sauropod, this might be my biggest good dinosaur figure in the collection. What I mean by good, I don't mean like good versus bad, like, you know, evil, but I mean just like a good brand. Like I've got some of those like the little baby brand dinosaur figures that are really big, but you know, for babies pretty much. But we've got this big guy, the big Skletch or Schleich Brachiosaurus. That is my favorite Schleich or Skletch figure. It's just a monster of a figure. It is huge. What's a good figure that most people... Okay, so the Papo Carnotaurus. This is a pretty popular figure. that is it scaled up to the, I mean, not to scale, obviously. I mean, it could be, but it's just a behemoth of a figure. It is huge, and I have some really good memories of this figure. I actually used, so in elementary school, I had a pumpkin. We had like a pumpkin decorating contest, and I did a pumpkin brachiosaurus. We stuck like sticks in its like for legs, and then did like a stick for the neck. And to get the mold for the head, I decided to put the Play-Doh or whatever it was, like modeling clay, and pushed it on the skull to like get the like facial features, and it actually worked out really good. It was an awesome pumpkin. I don't think I have any pictures of it. My mom probably does, but if I had a picture, I would throw it in right now, but I don't. I mean, I could probably find one, but I probably won't throw it in. But that is one of my favorite figures in my collection. It is just an absolute behemoth of a figure. There it is compared to all these figures. Now we have 3 more theropods. This will go with my least favorite of the 3 species, T-Rex. And this is the Terabibatat T-Rex. It's my favorite T-Rex in my collection. It's just probably the most accurate and one of my favorite looking ones that I own. Such a great figure. I wish it could stand a little better on its own. That's the only really complaint I have at all about this figure. But an awesome figure. Definitely super glad to have that in the collection. The Cryolophosaurus and the whatever the Stegosaurus species that they did for the Terabibatat line was also kind of in contention, but mainly Cryolophosaurus. I don't remember what the Stegosaurus species is, but it's not Stegosaurus itself. But it was also kind of in contention. And then we have the actual Jurassic Park line figure. So the last 2 are kind of the weird ones where they're kind of not their own brand. Like one's Jurassic Park, and we already had the Jurassic World figure. And then the Safari Limited, we had a Safari Limited figure, but we also have a Carnegie Collection figure. So we're going to start with the Jurassic Park series figure, and that is the Jurassic Park Allosaurus. This is one of my favorite figures. I love the colors on it because it reminds you like of a green iguana, but it also has like the big bright orange crest. It's such an awesome figure, and the arms are actually are in the right direction. So I love this figure a ton. And this doesn't really go to a movie. I actually prefer this look of. I wish Jurassic Park's or Jurassic World's movie Allosaurus looked more like this instead of the one that's actually in the Jurassic World movie series. But you know, I didn't really get a say in that. And then for the last one, this might be my favorite figure I own out of all of them. This is a Safari Limited Carnegie Collection figure, and I probably like it more than Little Al. So if you wanted me to have just a Safari Limited figure, it would probably be this figure. And if you wanted me just to have one Jurassic Series figure, it probably would be the Jurassic Park Allosaurus instead of the new Jurassic World Giganotosaurus. But it's the the Safari Limited Carnegie Collection Giganotosaurus. This is my favorite figure in my collection. I've owned it for a while. And if you have a chance to get this figure, I would definitely recommend doing it. Being a Carnegie Collection figure, they're not the easiest figures to find. It's such an awesome figure. And probably my favorite figure I own by a decent margin. But I do love all these figures, obviously, but this is probably my favorite of the group. So that's all my favorite figures. So if that's all you wanted to see, you can pretty much leave now. But I am going to go over some future video ideas because with us getting the 10 subscribers, you know, obviously this channel has some potential. So I want to like inform you all, since as kind of like a little extra bit of some future video ideas. So I plan on possibly doing some more Prehistoric Planet stuff. I really like the Prehistoric Planet, or not actually, obviously I really like the Prehistoric Planet series, and I might get some more Prehistoric Planet content on the channel. And then, obviously, some of these videos I've already mentioned before on the channel. The Spinosaurus video, which might end up becoming kind of a series. I've mentioned that video since like the first video, but I plan on actually making that video pretty soon. Then I have another Fixing a Figure series. I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. The Fixing the Rex figure to add to the Fixing Figure series. That's that feathered T-Rex. I'm going to try to fix its feet so it can actually stand. And then I have a video talking about Apex Theropod deck building game species. I did a video, I actually made the video for that, but then I didn't like it, so I ended up not uploading it. going with the Pterobibitat, I actually ordered a Pterobibitat Acrocanthosaurus, so we'll have another Acrocanthosaurus new figure to show on the channel. I'm really excited to get that figure. I got a pretty good price on it, and I'm excited to show it off. And then some stop motion stuff I've been mentioning for a while. The Good and Bad of Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. All the stuff I've done for Prehistoric Planet, like an episode breakdown for each episode, I plan on doing for Walking with Dinosaurs and maybe some other big dinosaur documentaries. And then I might do some more like top favorite type stuff, like how this is my top favorite figures for a 10 subscriber special. We might do that for like maybe 20 or 50 subscribers or 100, whatever the next big milestone we get to is. And then I have a really cool video I'm planning on doing solely for Hadrosaurs, because I think they are the least popular but a very interesting group of species. And obviously they're not my favorite because I'm a big theropod fan, but I do think they're a very underrated group of dinosaurs. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm out and probably in Florida right now, so hopefully that goes well. But thank you all so much for 10 subscribers. Hopefully we're actually at 10 subscribers when this video comes out, or it's kind of random, but I mean, we have 9 subscribers and there's going to be 2 videos coming out before this one, so hopefully it's enough to juice us up to 10. Also, there is one really, I might have mentioned this in the future videos, but there's one series I'm super excited for. It's going to be a very similar to Jurassic Fight Club. I know Jurassic Fight Club's got its problems, but something similar to that, where I'm going to talk about 2 species individually, and then I'm going to do like a stop motion potential fight that they could have had. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'm actually out now. I wanted to throw this in there at the end. I forgot to mention where I said that there was going to be a part where I was going to kind of explain the part that the similarities between some of the figures was the fact that a lot of them were allosaurids. Right around half at least. There were 2 Giganotosaur figures, the 1 Carcharodontosaurus, and the 3 Allosaurus figures. So yeah, right around half were allosaurids. Obviously I'm a big theropod fan, and the allosaurids are my favorite group of dinosaurs. Probably my 3 favorites are Carcharodontosaurus, Giganotosaurus, and Allosaurus. And obviously, Acrocanthosaurus is one I like a lot. I literally just have bought the 2 that you all saw a video on just recently, and the Pterobibitat one, which should be coming pretty soon. And the, I like Macusaurus a lot, but I actually don't own a figure of Macusaurus yet. I plan on either getting the other Geo World one or the, Collecta one. Probably the Collecta one, honestly, just because the Geo World figures are kind of hard to find now. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'm actually out now.